Most people believe something like this. If you want more energy, more focus, more clarity, I just need more oxygen. Breathe deeper, take bigger breaths, get more air in. But what if I told you that breathing more might actually be the reason you feel foggy, anxious, and mentally drained? What if the issue isn't that you're not getting enough oxygen, but that your body can't use the oxygen you already have? Because today, I want to introduce you to something that almost no one talks about, the hidden role of carbon dioxide, CO2, in your focus, your brain function, and your ability to think clearly. And once you understand this, you'll start to see why so many high performers feel mentally scattered, easily overwhelmed, unable to sustain deep focus, even when they're doing everything right. And more importantly, I'll show you how your breath can become a precision tool for mental clarity. Let's start with a simple but powerful reframe. Breathing is not just about oxygen, it's about balance. Specifically, the balance between oxygen, O2, and carbon dioxide, CO2. Most people think of carbon dioxide as a waste gas, something to get rid of. But in the body, CO2 plays a critical role, actually, a regulatory one. There's a physiological principle called the Bohr effect. And here's what it means in simple terms. CO2 helps oxygen release from the blood and enter your cells. So if CO2 levels are too low, oxygen stays stuck in the bloodstream instead of being delivered to your brain, your muscles, your organs, which means you can be breathing and still not getting the oxygen your brain needs. And now let's connect this to high performers. Many high achievers unknowingly fall into a pattern of overbreathing. This can look like shallow chest breathing, frequent sighing or yawning, breathing through the mouth, breathing faster than necessary. And when you overbreathe, you expel too much CO2. This creates a state of low CO2 tolerance. And when CO2 drops, oxygen delivery to the brain decreases, blood vessels constrict, cerebral blood flow reduces, which directly impacts focus, clarity, and decision making. When CO2 is low, the brain shifts into a more alert survival state. This could feel like overthinking, anxiety, racing thoughts, inability to focus deeply. It's like your brain is scanning for threats instead of settling into clarity and calm. Think of your brain like a high performance boardroom. Okay, when CO2 is balanced, the lights are on, the team is calm, decisions are clear. When CO2 drops, it's like the lights flicker, communication breaks down, and everything becomes reactive instead of strategic. This is where one of your core teachings comes in. One of my core teachings. Breath is a biofeedback loop. It tells your body whether you're safe or stressed, whether to focus or defend, whether to think clearly or react quickly. And most people are unknowingly signaling stress all day long through their breath. Can you believe that? So let's shift from understanding into actual experience because we don't want to just learn about this. We actually want to feel it. I'm going to guide you through a simple breathing practice, and this is not about taking big breaths. It's about breathing less. Yes, I need you to breathe less and breathe slower. So if you're comfortable, sit tall, place your feet on the ground, relax your shoulders, and gently close your mouth. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose only. Inhaling softly through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I want you to reduce the intensity of your breath, almost like you're breathing less air than usual. More gentle, more quiet, more controlled. This is how we begin to build that CO2 tolerance. So let's go again. Inhaling 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going, continuing on your own, noticing your mind slowing down, your body softening, your attention becoming more present. What's happening here is powerful. As your breathing slows, CO2 levels begin to stabilize, blood vessels relax, oxygen delivery improves to every single cell, tissue, muscle, and organ system. And your brain shifts out of that survival mode into clarity mode. This is a direct nervous system reset. You're telling your body, I am safe. I can slow down. I can focus. And from that place, real leadership emerges. So here's your challenge for the next 5 days. Before starting your work, before opening your laptop, before jumping into meetings, I invite you to take 2 minutes to breathe slowly through your nose, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6, and soften the breath. Train your nervous system to tolerate slowness, to actually embrace it. Because here's the truth. Focus isn't something you force. It's something that emerges when the nervous system feels safe. When you regulate your breath, you regulate your brain. When you regulate your brain, you elevate your leadership for you, for those around you as well. This is not just self-care. This is a leadership strategy, because a clear mind, come on, you have to agree with me, makes better decisions, communicates more effectively, leads with presence instead of pressure. If you felt even a small shift during that breathing practice, I'd love you to continue doing it. Don't stop now. Continue doing the practice as a challenge for yourself. As I mentioned, you can choose the times that you can do this. Have a couple of seconds. You don't even have to do more than a few rounds, preferably 2-3 minutes. But trust me on this. I've had many people make it as part of their daily routine when they first started with these small steps towards what they really want. Because remember, health is not what you do all at once. And oftentimes that's not even sustainable, right? It's actually those habitual, smaller steps that you do on a daily basis. So I really do invite you to check in with yourself. See if you can actually breathe a little slower than usual. Breathe a little deeper using the diaphragm. And many wonder, where is my diaphragm? Yes, it's around the abdominal muscles, but it's actually a muscle that sits between the rib cage and your waist. So you can actually find where that is by searching for finding the end of the rib cage. Once you do that, I need you to cup your rib cage. And once you do that, you'll be able to actually feel your diaphragm doing its thing. One of the largest muscles we have for breathing, and it has so many benefits when we use it. It's a muscle. So the more you use it, the more it works for you, the more it grows. But if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So see if you can actually, when you're breathing, see if you can feel the expansion. So although many of us tell you to breathe with your belly out, it's actually the diaphragm that's helping you push that belly out. But it's not really an out motion. It's more expanding and then relaxing. Expanding, relaxing. You're feeling that expansion and then that contraction. When you inhale, we want to expand. Don't feel bad if it's kind of feeling the opposite way. When you're inhaling, you're contracting. Most of us are actually breathing inversely, and that's okay because we can unlearn what we're doing improperly. So unlearn what you know by breathing deep into the diaphragm and then expanding on the inhale and then contracting on the exhales. Inhale, expanding, exhale, contracting. Inhale, exhale. So what we're doing here is we are training our bodies to actually breathe with the diaphragm. This is called diaphragmatic breathing. There are numerous benefits to engaging the diaphragm. First of all, it is one of the largest muscles we have for breathing. And so it helps actually with posture. So it helps with lower back pain. 25% of lower back pain can be attributed to improper breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing can also help to send cerebrospinal fluid to the brain to help detox. And this is known as the glymphatic. So we have the lymphatic system, which is throughout the body, getting rid of our toxins and our waste through different processes that the body engages in. But then we also have a garbage disposal system for our brain, and that's called the glymphatic. And diaphragmatic breathing can assist that process as well as the lymphatic process. So I highly recommend that you try to use your diaphragm as much as possible. When you regulate your breath, you regulate your brain. And when you regulate your brain, you elevate your leadership. So this is not just self-care, everyone. This is a leadership strategy, as I mentioned before. So I really hope that you try this challenge for the next 5 days. And then if you found this really interesting, share it with someone who can really benefit from this information. And remember to subscribe. Ciao for now.